Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my jbird. And this is game 23 of Battle of the Boxes. I'm in black, and this is called jbird into the center, Queen King fianchetto, Donna's bird, Queen Side Castle, to bot 2500. Now let's check this out. Man, I could have just almost did this by myself. Things went so smooth here. It's really cool. I just got to. My thing is to keep playing these games, and I did use the arrows, but let's see where I started to use the arrows. And I'm telling you, every time I wish this would do this when I didn't use the arrows, but it never does. It does something different, and then I'm starting over. That's why I don't do memorization anymore, because that's the problem. That's the difference why I can beat 24, 2500 through memorization, because I keep playing the same game over and over and over until I get it. But then I only can play that game with that opening and that kind of game, as long as provided he makes those moves. But let's get on with this one, see how this one goes. E4, D6, D4, A6, F3, E6, D3. Whoops, that was an A6, H6, castle, E7, E3, and D7. And that's your J-Bird since 1977. Now we continue on. And I did use the arrows, but not for this. I made this opening since 1977, and I didn't listen to no arrows until I have to use the arrows. That's all my games, unless I say otherwise. Now, after D7, D2, G5, my standard pushing. The arrows don't tell you to do this. After G5, H3. Now, C6. I went C6. Now, I don't know if, this might have been a joint thing, because I wanted to push, and I wanted to see, well, why he still didn't want, it's like, wait a minute. Okay, so it wanted me to develop. And I learned this from the gnome bringing the knights up. I know this is all right, because if you would push, you bring your knight over here. He takes, you take, and if you open up, it don't matter. You got this bishop for here. No, everything's good. So it's kind of a joint thing here at this point. It's a good move. You know, me, let's go on with this. I'd rather keep pushing these pawns. After C6, C3, F6, bring the other knight up. Now there's the J-Bird went into the center, Queen, King, fianchetto. Normally your bishop's here, your knight's over here, but now this is the center, and your king and queen. Okay, so that's your Queen and King fianchetto. After F6, H1, G4. Now I push. Everything's set. So I gotta start using this opening more often, and start playing these games and start getting it done. I mean, this is 2500, and I don't know why I ain't, moving along faster than what I am, because there's too many things in this game that I'm doing, which I'll get to when I get to that higher rated programs here. But G4 takes, and G4 takes. Obviously, you're going to take that pawn. There's no threat here. And you open this up and look at him already. After G4 takes, E1, H5. Of course, I'm going to push this pawn up now. That's the whole thing. You're going to run that pawn all the way down. And look, this space is protected. You can just take it all the way in. After H5, F4, H4, D5, takes E5. Yeah, we didn't go no other way. I listened to the arrows here. If you would have pushed, maybe you would have taken it and keep coming down here, taking pieces, and you're stop right here. Now, after E5, takes E5, takes E5, F3, takes F4. See, now I know, listen to the arrows. I have to pay attention, take the right pieces at the right time. After f4, g4 takes, e5, f3, f6, defend everything, e2, g4, d2, d7, takes g4, takes g4, d1, g6. See, hold the position, don't trade the pieces right away. Even though it still looks like you're winning over here, normally I would have probably did something like that, want to trade the pieces. But look, you got a castle coming. Look at this. After g6, f3, now castle, e2, g8, h3, c5, a4, e3, c4, takes e4, takes e3, g3. Wow. Will you look at this? If I even took, oh man, or I take check, and then he's got, oh, look at this. This is, and then this is, oh, after g3, h2, g8, d6, takes e3, d7, d8. I did that on the 2000 program a couple games ago. You don't have to take it. You don't have to take nothing. You're perfectly safe. After d8, g1, h3 check, takes h3, check g3, h2, pinning f4, h1, h3, d1, h4, e1, g2, g1, h1. 38 moves and a half, and that's mate. Now see, I use the arrows on this, but you have to remember, see, when I play a program with no arrows and stuff, and I make moves, it almost, you know, tells me if I made a good move or not, because now it does something else, and then you realize you did a good move because it didn't take, it didn't move in a position that gave you a bad position. You know, you did the right thing. And because you know, you go crazy trying to calculate all this stuff. And I think this is all me yet right here, except back here when those lights came up, you know, okay, I just went along with it. I stopped. You know what I mean? I didn't keep going. So it's a joint thing, you know. I just got to start use this opening a little more. And these bots update themselves all the time. And you go right into the mess of it. But this is cool. I like this idea with the knights and the pieces swinging around like this. But then the bots update themselves. Then you play another game. It does things different. You see, this is the thing. But now you can go back the next day and you can catch it because now it goes back doing the same thing. And now you could do that opening again. And all you do is memorize everything you just did. You know what I mean? And that's it. And you play the game and there you have it. Just like that. But you can't go no farther than that. And then you go play somebody that's 1600 or 17 or 1800 and you lose the game because it's not the same game. It's everything's different. It's a mess. It's all over the place. And this is how it went. And it's always good to see these moves because, you know, eventually you're going to understand why these pieces got to get moved the way they get moved. Timing's everything. And there you have it. That's game. Okay, thanks for stopping by. We're going to have some more Battle of the Boxes for you.